There's another vehicle that is very much, very much like the Arcimoto that I'm 100% behind, and I believe that it should be the goal for most people to have this as their standard car. And this is called the Aptera.
Number 1. Eco-friendly solar driving. While solar on electric vehicles has always been confined to fighting vampire drain or providing a few miles of range, Aptera's electric car is so efficient that by installing up to 700 watts of solar electricity, you can add up to 40 miles of range each day simply by parking it outside. Aptera is capable of driving up to 40 miles every day under ideal conditions while running entirely on solar power. That's enough to cover most of the everyday driving without needing to recharge. And though 40 is for premium, Aptera's competitors in the automobile business are still defeated by this trait alone. Equipped with up to 700 watts of solar power, Aptera allows for most of the day-to-day driving needs of the average individual to be covered by solar power, and if you're an average car user, then you might not need to worry about charging your Aptera. Solar panels installed on the car are designed to be easily upgradable and replaceable over the life of the automobile, collect those 40 miles of essentially free range. This is in addition to the version that can travel 1,000 miles on a single charge using a 110-volt outlet, which is prevalent in every American home. With Aptera, you can safely eliminate the concern of locating charging stations. Aptera's distinctive diamond-shaped solar panels optimize solar energy storage on the car by providing 700 watts of continuous charging power to fully equipped automobiles, whether driving or parked. Number 2. DC fast charge capabilities. Another degree of efficiency for Aptera is its charge rates. Aptera will be able to charge at a 50 kilowatt DC fast charging rate. That may not seem like a lot when compared to other manufacturers, but when you consider that Aptera requires far less energy per mile, it proves to be more than plenty. A charging speed of 50 kilowatt results in a range of 500 miles or 800 kilometers per hour. When traveling at 60 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour, you should take a 30-minute break every 4 hours. Let's be honest, that's the bare minimum for safe travel. There are now EVs that charge even faster. But very high charging rates, on the other hand, are harmful to your battery, necessitate extraordinary infrastructure, expensive and bad for the environment, and in practice, the charging rates are frequently not attained at all, for example, because numerous vehicles are charging at the same time. Aptera's 50 kilowatts will be considerably easier to achieve, making your planning much more reliable. Furthermore, because Aptera's architecture only requires 380 volts, as higher voltages and more expensive batteries are required for faster supercharging, the vehicle remains economical to manufacture. Number 3. Exceptional aerodynamics. Aptera has a small footprint, literally. It measures 172 inches long, 88 inches wide, and stands 57 inches tall. However, recent revelation shows that the Aptera Gamma and possibly the Delta is actually 85 inches wide. The car also has a curb weight of 1,800 to 2,200 pounds, and that's quite small. Moving lighter autos requires less energy. Aptera is 65% lighter than comparable electric vehicles on the market today. Less friction means a smoother ride. Because of its exceptional lightweight, Aptera tops the field by having the lowest rolling resistance, the friction caused by the wheel's contact with the ground. Instead of Ford, their light three-wheel design eliminates a contact point where energy might be wasted. Aptera was designed from the ground up with energy efficiency in mind. Aptera's unusual design allows it to glide through the air while using a lot less energy than comparable electric and hybrid vehicles on the road today. We're talking over 3 times less energy. Aptera's undercarriage swoops like the belly of a dolphin. This decreases drag or the force of air flowing against the vehicle's motion. Aptera is shaped like a tiny fast aircraft, with a curving nose, broadsides, and a tapering trunk.
So as you can see, the Aptera is identical to the Arcimoto. Yeah. The only difference is the shape and the fact that it has a completely enclosed outside shell. And that allows the air to flow around it, and it's designed as a wing in the back for that air to just flow consistently right off the top. Yeah. So that gives no drag. You can move this car with 2 fingers. It's so simple. Yeah, it's harder to push the Arcimoto because its weight is the way it is. It weighs more than the Aptera because the Arcimoto is made for structural sound integrity. So is the Aptera. It's got a shell around it and everything, but it's made in such a way it doesn't have to have the very heavy tubular roll bar that the Aptera has, or not the Aptera, but the Arcimoto. So the Arcimoto is 100% made as a roll cage, like a race car. Yeah. So that is why I feel that it's safe and structurally the best vehicle for you to buy. I'm getting these, from people that don't use them anymore, and they're only about a year and a half, 2 years old. They only have about 1,000 miles on them, so they're fairly functional. And I'm able to get many of them for less than $9,000. And in that process, I take them back to the factory, and I have the factory go over them and do a complete software change, upgrade, and put on new steering mechanism that they've upgraded and designed in the last couple of years. So it makes it as though it's brand new. It has all the most advanced things that Arcimoto has to offer. And so then I add doors to it, because in the last couple of years they started making doors. So these were bought before doors. So now I am sending them up there, purchasing the doors, and having them put on. So basically, by the time we get them as rentals, they will be a really high quality Arcimoto, and just an amazing vehicle. And so as time goes on, I keep buying them and keep doing the same process. And in doing that, people will be very interested in purchasing, because I'm going to rent, but I want people to own them and use them as a daily vehicle. So I'm bringing them over so that we could probably buy them for around $10,000, spend another $1,000 for shipping them, and have them available for sale at probably around $18,000. Yeah, and that way they can get back out, and people don't have to buy a brand new one, which would be between $22,000 and $25,000. And by me doing this, I'm restoring used ones and making them completely almost brand new, and at a much lower cost, so people are able to get into them without the cost. And then it's my interest that over the next 3 years, Arcimoto will be in the manufacturing stage at a much higher pace, and due to that, the sales will increase, and the price that they are right now should go down about $5,000 in its initial price. So that will take it to the price that I'm almost putting it out as a used one. So in about 5 years, Arcimoto will have caught up with my pricing, and when we make sales, which I will be a dealer by that time, and help to make sales for Arcimoto through a staff and a bunch of people. And so over the next couple of years, we will be a dealership for both used and new Arcimotos, and the Arcimotos will drive themselves within less than a year. They have the ability to, you can call it up, and it will drive to your house, and like an Uber, but you get in it and you drive for the rest of the day, and you get to rent it, and or it could go pick up groceries for you, and they'll come and put them in the Arcimoto, and then the Arcimoto will leave and come to your house and deliver. That's the future Uber system that we have, that Arcimoto is working on. They actually have driverless Arcimotos that are in process. So those will be coming out in the next year to 2 years. So that's going to be a part of everything that we're doing. And same thing with Aptera. Aptera is in auto pilot scenario, and so all of this, we're all together in this, in development.
Oh.